better. Yeah, his whole appearance changed. That's crazy because solo leveling is what BA thought he was doing in his bathroom when his grandmother wasn't around. But guys,
Grandma,
ladies and gentlemen,
no.
boys and girls, children of the oldest ages, this I, E-rated quasi bad guy. I got my fellas here. We got BA Bigelow. We got Dub Injury himself. This is Let Me Book the Territory, the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. It is definitely one more powerful episode coming to you. And you know it's powerful because me and Dub woke up and randomly put on the same shirt,
Crazy.
undisputed.
What? Put on.
So
I woke up like this. What are you talking
you
about?
know what's going to happen. That means BA is going to get sweet chin music in the face and booted out the group. We already got your
Yeah.
replacement. I don't know who he is,
So-
but he's there. It's going to be like, was it Live 98 where Jordan wasn't there? Just a shadow.
right. Just a
Just
shadow.
A pod silhouette. Thank you guys for having me. Oh, okay. Thanks, unknown masked Potter.
Or vacant.
PA is vacant.
404 not found. Thanks, Trump administration. Just ripped BA from us.
Yep. Too inappropriate.
Yeah,
Or not
DEI,
appropriate
you're a
enough.
DEI hire. They ban everything. Black, gay, lesbian, BA, whatever he is. Whatever he identifies it got to be banned.
He's all
Thanks.
DEI put together.
I am.
Yeah,
I am
DEI.
DEI.
BA.
BA.
I am BAI. Is that like Will I Am? No.
You sound like
got
Johnny
me.
Depp in Transcendent.
But look, okay. I know, guys, we're off the rails already, but that's okay because
It's fine.
this is us. This just dawned on me as we were talking. We are the audio version of an episode of Family Guy. It's literally our same formula. It's like, oh yeah, just like the time of this, and then it just cuts, but you still hear us talking about the thing. And we're
but
just
sometimes those,
describing.
just like the times, be real. Just like that time when, instead of just, they be real sometimes.
Every time.
But
Like
then sometimes it's like it's made up things, like the whole RoboCop thing of Murphy had to report to work and he was dead, and
Yes, and that's why it works. So if
So
you love
great.
Family Guy and you love just random cuts to complete ridiculous forms of thought, that is us.
But speaking
You're
of pop
welcome.
culture references, first things first, R.I.P. Val Kilmer. The actor passed away today as we record. I want to give a shout out to him because apparently in wrestling they put a tombstone in a title reign that none of us wanted to see. That being said, today, fellas, we got to bring the heat.
I'm with that.
All right.
In honor
Well,
of Batman, I'm here
I
for
was
it.
about to say I have a question. That wasn't the Batman with the nipples, though.
It was, I
No, it
can
wasn't.
confirm.
No, I thought
Yes,
I thought
it was
included.
the.
Okay. Talk
He
about it.
had
That
Val
nipples was
Kilmer had
cool.
nipples too. No.
I seen
I
them.
watched Batman
Wise
Forever
man cooked
very
that. Val
recent.
Kilmer had nipples too.
He did.
I got
He had nipples
BA.
too,
Can
damn
you
it.
milk me?
I watched because you know the
Man,
gratuitous like Batman scene when they show him getting dressed. It's
Yeah.
just, it's ridiculous, right?
Butt cheeks. Pure latex.
They definitely showed
Bat nips.
nips on that bat suit.
Okay.
Why were you
in
watching Batman Forever? Why?
Because my gal wanted to watch it after she heard us talking about it a month ago when we had the same exact discussion. So she
What is
wanted to
wrong with
watch it.
us? You killed Val Kilmer. Shit.
Oh no!
Damn it,
Damn
BA.
it.
I thought it was
RIP.
pneumonia. I guess it was me.
It's
Sorry.
so hard.
BA pneumonia. Yeah. What? Yep.
The tally, one day we're going to put up the tally. I think for a Halloween episode, that's going to be the cover. Just all the tombstones of people BA have mentioned, and then they pass away, like, legitimately.
Oh
within a
no, it's
month
got
of
to be
the
that, like that
show.
promo pick a taker, like digging graves of all his WrestleMania opponents, but we got to like put BA over top of it.
Yeah, that.
So
There's
BA,
only
you gotta
like
get in
5
shape.
people. We're not talking Taker Mania
Only-
numbers.
Oh,
Those are 5 lives, BA, that you took. Like Death and Bone Thugs
Oh,
taking Uncle
man.
Charles.
future
Uncle
serial killers
Charles,
everywhere are
oh.
thanking you for that defense, BA. There's only
That's-
5.
That's insane. I did come
That's like when they would call Halloween the first one a massacre when like 3 people
yeah,
died.
that is true. I've seen it. For the times have changed. Yesterday's murders is not today's murder.
Facts.
So many more.
Facts.
Needed more. But anywho, speaking of sad things and times are changing. Oh, the Judgment Day are heading for a divorce. And you know what? I'm not too mad at this because what the hell is that music they playing?
I tried to tell y'all.
It changes weekly, I feel. It changed
That's
from when
Stevie
we talking
Stone.
about it changed.
Stevie Stone and
Strange Music.
whoever them niggas are will pay for their sins.
You don't know who they are, Dub? You're not even black. That some random white man in Arizona is telling you not black. Listen to this because you don't listen to Tekanina and Stevie Stone of Strange Music. All right. Thank you. We appreciate that, sir. And I'm happy that your license doesn't expire for another 38 years or whatever the fuck going on in Arizona. But even still, with that said, stop changing great music because I am sick of these random raps over generic beats doing absolutely nothing for me or those characters. It is by far just too damn egregious. When I see the most fit fire ass Finn coming out and Carlito and Dominic, and then you just hear the most random utterings of
Yeah, we be beating people up when we run the fucking world. We the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day. The fuck is this?
I'm not even positive because I do this, and then I tell y'all you the Judgment Day. No, I don't want to hear
like Curtis Blow.
Grandmaster -5 bullshit is this?
Yo, wrestling is my favorite sport. I like to body slam on that. What? Get that shit out of here. I don't want it.
Make a heel turn and a spin her all around.
Shit.
No,
See me, sucker? As long as it's going down.
keep Cool Herc and them away from my Judgment Day and other rappers, or excuse me, other wrestlers, because if you believe yours is the only way, man, RIP, another one. We need to put that on the gravestone too, because where is it?
Somehow
Was it because of Edge? Did Edge make this a thing?
Metalingus made the song, but
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Edge took Metalingus from
years.
But you
Superstar
gotta
Hope ain't gonna
figure-
steal him at that point.
Whatever they're paying
True.
Stevie Stone is way cheaper than continuing the license for the Metalingus song.
But
Got
Well, no, well, I think this is the downstream song.
we say a
actually.
lot of things about Tony Khan on this show, but Tony Khan at least pays for fucking entrance music, man. He knows the value of a good entrance music song. That man will pay top dollar for something.
Because that's usually the only pop that.
Hey, yo, we
That's it. Just gotta hit them hard.
Oh,
The only licenses Nick Khan is paying for is for CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. If you're not them, you get a Stevie Stone, brother.
Yeah,
right.
That's crazy. So
Well, I will
I
give him credit on the
music back.
I will give him credit on the New Day's new music. They let Jim Johnston come back out the woodworks to help him out with that one, because that is a fire
and
ass
that was one
song.
that I didn't hate. I was like, but you can tell again. No shade to what's his name, youngster Steve.
Stevie Stone.
Storch.
Okay,
Stevie Stone from Strange Music.
Scott Storch.
Steve Storch is way funnier. So no hate on Steve Storch or Stony Too Boney, whatever your name is. Fine. Neither here nor there. No shade to that man. Again, I'm just giving him wrong name so that way we don't have to keep saying his actual name. It's not about you in this moment. It's just about, as fans, this is not what was hot, and it's not. Maybe it's just the what is it? Deaf Rebel doing a
Yeah.
disservice to him and giving him uninspired beats. So this nigga just coming in there fresh off of like a bender. I'm like, man, what is this shit? All right, say some words. Yeah, then we gonna do some stuff and punch a nigga.
So
Then
the
that's it.
rapper that did the New Day's new theme is Mega Ran, and
Oh,
he's
of course.
actually a huge
Mega Ran's great.
wrestling fan.
Mega Ran's great.
Yeah, so
You can tell
he
the
knows what
difference.
he's talking about. He's not a guy who's like, "Hey, you want to do some stuff about sports? Yeah,
Yeah,
WWE. I don't know
Wale,
nothing about that. You want
Mega
this check or not?"
Ran. Uh, what's my guy's name? The other dude, the younger dude who did the remix to a few of the NXT people's shit.
Oh,
His name's escaping me at the time.
yeah,
I think it was like Isaiah something or another.
J Dean, Hustle Wrestle Flow.
Yes, Wrestling Flow. So many people, like, you can tell when they just have like a certain affinity for the music, and it comes across. This unfortunately has not. But
I think
what
you also
has,
have to have like an affinity for the graps too.
yes, well,
Like
that's what I'm saying.
from what I can tell, Stevie Stone don't know nothing about graps outside. He's getting a check right now.
And he's smart because, again, strange music knows how to get a check.
Yes.
They're great, really good at that. So that aside, again, that's why it's not a joke to him, his career, or anything like that. This is more specifically in the world of graps. I am as uninspired as he was when he hears these whack ass beats to the people, and I'm very indifferent when they come out because of that. And that's not something I want to feel. When I hear my wrestlers come out, I need that pop, and none of these new remix songs are giving me that, and I'm very disappointed. But again, to pivot from that to the Judgment Day,
Who gets Carlito in the divorce?
this feels like a Kramer versus Kramer situation. I'm dating myself because no one knows what that is, but it's a movie with some old people doing shit, fighting over a bitter divorce, fighting over the kids, and it's so vicious to the kids. So at the end of the day, I think no matter what, Carlito ends up crying in his car
Or
seat.
does Carlito parent trap everybody involved?
No, because
Nah, he ain't that clever.
Big Back Pose will have none of it.
Big Back Pose, aka your auntie's friend.
Yeah, she definitely
and roommate.
She definitely tried. She's definitely the type of friend that try to bring the random dick over to set the chick up that's still grieving. Like, no, like, I just going through a divorce. Girl, you got to get back out there. It's been 2 days. You got to get back up on the horse. Come on,
you took it a different way. No. Raquel is your auntie's roommate of 15 years.
Damn.
They don't pay rent.
They don't pay rent.
Just trying to tell you what you need to be doing. See what you need to be doing.
Telling you how to get girls, because she's actually an expert at it. And tell you how to get your lineup cleaned up. Yeah, that's who Raquel is in the situation.
Interesting.
She
BA, do you care about the Judgment Day breaking up?
I mean, because there are two women's wrestlers involved.
And how do you want to see it happen? Because they feel like they're painted a certain way. But I want to know what your prediction would be for the best breakup. We need good breakups.
The best breakup is Finn going off on his own. Dom taking in Carlito like as his like kind of like and Don't Be a Menace. Like when Sean had Lorenz Tate's brother as his dad, Dom could be like the dad to Carlito. Like he younger but older type shit.
Carlito's like 15 years older than
exactly
at minimum.
He gonna be reading them Playboy magazine articles, tucking them in at night. That's crazy.
Dom Mysterio's son and Carlito. That's hilarious.
That's the only way I could see Carlito going anywhere.
Sucking his thumb. Yeah, I feel like it would be nice if they split the girls up and the guys up and made them like kind of their own thing. But it feels like Liv is trying to pin Dom against Finn, which is going to isolate Finn, and Finn's going to go off on his own. I feel like that's what we're looking at. And if that happens, we're almost guaranteed to get Demon Finn Balor, which take it or leave it. I don't need it. But I guess if
I just need Demon Finn versus Penta. One time for the one time.
Not right now, though. I don't need that right now.
No, like whenever the divorce is settled, and you know,
final. Sometimes it can take years. Look at Iman and Tiana Taylor.
Well, no, that's settled.
I know it took years though.
It took years.
Did it? I didn't find out about it until it got settled. I don't pay attention to nonsense. I just knew that. Yeah,
I don't pay attention to nonsense. Duh,
Yeah,
you watch Temptation Island every season. Fuckboy Island. Pretty much any show that has an ending in Island, you're watching. What do you mean you don't participate in nonsense? You are the nonsense.
Well, yeah, obviously. I don't care about celebrity breakups. I just don't.
Got it.
Give me regular people putting their lives on the line.
Their lives.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I had to explain to HR today why I love those type of shows too. It was great. Not because I got in trouble, but just because HR was at our brand.
I had to explain to AR. Same thing. We're the same people, just different lives. I get it.
You feel me? You feel me? But yeah, Demon Finn versus Penta. At some point after the divorce is settled, and then Liv takes the shitty music in the divorce, and then Finn can get back to throwing his arms out like Cody, and then I'm off. That's what I need. Just one time. Penta can give me his creepy dance wearing the all black.
And I think Finn's music, the Def Leppard extra that they added to it to make it kind of swaggy, I don't hate that. If he could probably keep that as Demon Finn.
It works when he's a heel.
Yeah, it's just darker. So I'd be okay with that as well. So
especially when you started putting on the YN mask.
That's why I don't want Demon Finn back, because I just want this version of Swag Finn to just run roughshod like YN Finn.
Give me YN Finn leading Dark State. Sign me up.
Man, that might be too much.
Finn Balor with a bunch of young niggas.
It will work.
They don't need no leader though. That's what they would say.
Shut up, BA. Shut up, BA.
They would be like, "Fuck you, Finn."
Right. Oh shit.
And then then he would, and of course it'd be the white boy that would say that. Then he would stomp out the white boy, kick him out, and then you got this Finn leading a group of niggas. Come on,
BA. We gotta walk out of this as fast as we can.
Right.
Dub just. I don't like that dub, but okay, we'll let you have it.
Finn Balor doesn't have an N-word pass.
No. Finn Balor does not have an Agon pass.
No.
Finn
Balor isn't invited to the cookout.
He can come to the cookout.
You wouldn't let Finn Balor be your space partner?
Nah. He would renege like a motherfucker, just like I would.
I would borrow several items.
Wait, just like you. Hold on, just like you would. What? BA? What?
I don't play spades because I would renege. No, that's like known in all circles.
So many things just clicked in my brain.
I stay away.
So many things just. Good to know.
Yeah, you was in the snow for too long, man. Jesus Christ.
Mania.
I ain't got that was before the snow. My grandmother was God rest her soul, was an intense. Right, this is an intense spade player. Like I've seen knives pulled out on people playing spades. That's why I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah, this shit ain't a game.
Oh, that's why BA was like,
I'm straight.
This shit ain't a game. This is a way of life.
The element is coming from in the house.
Right, I'm cool.
I'm going to the suburbs where it's safe. Hey, Amber, what up?
So I ain't seen knives pull, but I did watch my mother call my sister a bitch over a spade game. And my sister's still in high school at this point.
Crazy.
My sister accused my mother of reneging. She's like, "Yeah, you renege." And my mom grabbed the book, threw it in her face, and said, "Look, bitch. No, I did not."
This also makes so much sense.
That being said, I was my mother's partner at the time, and I enjoyed it.
This is why Dub's sister is a madam. Everything makes sense if you just follow the information.
Sister's not a madam.
Spades teaches you a lot about somebody. If you ask some spades questions.
What's dude's name? Mikey Day or whatever his name is. Just pointing at the board. It
Oh,
all
yeah.
makes sense.
Y'all see a whole different side of me in a spades game.
See,
I'm overly competitive about most things, but spades, I take that serious like there's a gun to my head. Like, nah, don't fuck this up.
I won't comment because it will only solidify the
That mean you're the same person?
yeah, I don't like that. So moving on.
I knew it. I knew you was a serious as fuck spades player. I could just feel it in my
Yeah,
soul.
I knew that off the rip. I've never played spades with E-Ray. I just knew that.
I watched E-Ray play Uno, and I was like, yep. The way he plays Uno, he is smacking nigga over spades.
There was once upon a time in a long time ago in a college dorm where me and my other variant would just run spades and nobody could beat us. We had never lost. Even when we was about to lose, we would come back and win. And it was like,
that, Erie?
what is happening? Of course not. It's JR.
JR. Oh, I be forgetting about
Barely.
JR, man. He's like a responsible human being now.
I know, it's so different.
It's weird.
One day we'll talk about that face turn. It was great. One of the best face turns.
One of the greatest face turns of all time.
But moving on to things that the people actually know. Kaiju Wars is back. And I don't know how this plays out. Dub, tell us more because LA Knight seems to be taking a back seat to his own feud.
So
sort of
on SmackDown, LA Knight has a title defense versus Braun Strowman. And this match is ruined by one Solo Sikoa. And then somehow Jacob Fatu gets into it with Solo in the back. And then Tom was like, hey, that's Solo. He's like, get your fucking hands off me. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So get your hands off my pocket.
Pretty much. And then Jacob kind of walks off on them.
Solo got shot.
And, you still got the beef between Jacob and Braun. And LA Knight said, but I'm the guy with the title. LA Knight feels like the humans that they put in Godzilla versus King Kong.
I thought you were about to say something completely different. I was like, technical difficulties. Watch that. Mark that. No mention of that.
He feels like, the actress that played 11, whatever her name is, and the other guy. There you go. They're there to like kind of move the story along a little bit, but no one fucking cares. No one cares that Ice Cube's son is in this in the Navy for some fucking reason. I want to see that
Godzilla.
huge gorilla.
Stranger
I thought you was saying Stranger Things. So I'm like, what you mean? I care about 11. Right.
No.
Shit.
Because she's in the Godzilla versus Kong movie too.
You
Yeah.
get it now.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember her name at this point. Blame the whiskey.
O'Shea Jackson in Stranger Things? That's not the same
I missed that season.
Mike convinced me to finish the show. Anyways, yeah. That's who LA Knight is in this whole thing. And like he's just the humans in those movies, and the Earth is the US title. Whoever wins this Kaiju War is the one that owns the planet, aka the US title, aka the Dipset title. And I don't know, like it's weird for a guy that like was the most over thing in the world last year, had this great little quick feud with Roman Reigns where he was getting the best of Roman, only to get knocked down, and just now he has this US title run, and you're like, all right, you're just kind of a placeholder here until they put this belt on the Samoan Werewolf and he takes it back to San Francisco, to the Bloods, or to Samoa, or to the Tongans, which different islands, by the way.
There you go. Never forget. This podcast is also educational, ladies and gentlemen.
Very much so.
So
very much. But I want to ask you guys, like, am I off base here and feeling like LA Knight is just a human in a kaiju movie?
Well, I was gonna ask.
No, he's even worse.
Damn.
You want to hear how worse it is? He's getting cucked just like Sean Spears is getting cucked, as we will talk about later. He's getting cucked in his own title run.
Getting cucked for your title belt is crazy.
He's a sorry fat.
That's crazy. I don't even have a sound effect to accurately convey what I feel about that. That's some crazy.
It's the truth.
I
He's
don't
getting
know
cucked
about
in his
that.
own title
That
run.
was
It's a
wild.
version of the truth. But okay, so this is my take on it. I once said, go back a few episodes, that it might have been a wrong decision to take the belt off of Shinsuke and put it back on LA Knight, unless they were going to do something important with it. And I feel like that's what they're trying to do, but just sans LA Knight, because LA Knight is already there. It's like, hey, we know LA Knight can turn it up. He's a star. Great. But what's more important
Oh, if
is
they would have left this belt on Shinsuke, it really would have been a kaiju movie.
Definitely
Shinsuke's
would have.
Japanese. You know what?
you won't get me this week. You're not getting me. I see
It would have
what
been
you're
like
doing.
Power Rangers. It would have been dope.
The original.
Right.
I think what they're doing, it, and again, feels like a lot of that's happening, and we'll get to that later, but it feels like LA Knight is there, which I'm fine with, and he's over. But the more interesting bits of it is the Jacob Fatu, the Solo, and all these other things that are going on, when they could have just told a straight up Jacob and LA Knight story. Far more interesting, and then let Jacob kind of run him and them run it, and then he wins his first title because he's going to take it from LA Knight. Then LA Knight can then properly move up the card like he had been doing prior to this bloodline shit.
Honestly, what they
Or
should have
before
done
this reinvention.
is they should have left Braun on TV even further. Have Jacob take that belt off of LA Knight, have Jacob put down Solo, and then have Braun Strowman return and Bronson Reed return. And by SummerSlam, you have the Kaiju War of all Kaiju Wars.
That's a lot. I'm not mad at it. I probably would have took it a slight
Man, they got to fill a
different,
2-night card next year for SummerSlam.
That's what I'm saying.
but what I think he's talking about SummerSlam this year though.
Oh, yeah, this year. Yeah.
Well,
So-
yeah, that's what I meant.
No, but
Is
this
SummerSlam
year
two
no,
two
not
nights this year?
I thought it was in Jersey, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's two
Yeah.
nights in Jersey, but I could be wrong. Look it up. Don't. I'm not fact checking shit. I don't. Go
All I
look it
know
up.
is Cardi
Find
B
out
is
for
going to be
yourself.
there.
You might be there. I'll probably go to Cosm and watch it in a big.
I said
dome.
Cardi B is going to be there. I'm not going to
Oh.
be there.
Oh, well,
I mean, unless you tell me I
Cardi
can get
B
next
is
to
gonna be
Cardi
there.
B, then I might have
you
to
know,
shoot my
Offset is
shot.
not gonna be there, but Stefan Diggs might
Even-
be there.
Yeah, I don't give a. I will both them niggas ass. I don't give a fuck.
Wait, what? Dub is the most aggressive thug that you never met. Dub,
Facts.
stop being Dub. You think that you are going to beat up?
You think Offset gonna whoop my ass? Get the fuck out of here.
Maybe,
That skinny link.
but
Get the fuck out
Stefan
of here.
Diggs, absolutely.
No, get the fuck out of here.
He just trains for things. I don't even think he has to be like great at fighting. He might just be able to run through you. Like
Ain't too many
like
workouts you can
boys,
do to
like
exercise your
A-Train.
jaw.
S-Train, just run straight through your body, turn you into a
I ain't
fucking
scared.
blood jelly. You don't have to be scared to die.
I seen
don't
him
gotta
get
be
folded
scared.
up on the field before. I know he ain't scared to take a hit, but I tell you what,
Are you no
no one man should have all this power.
all of a sudden?
Now he's quoting Kanye. This is getting crazy.
I love
I've knocked a nigga silly before, so I might be Vontez Perfect. Last nigga I punched, I think he blew out his knee. So I'm telling you what, the similarities are there. Let me tell you
Dub
what.
is Al Bundy. I was about to say Ted Bundy. No, you're not a murderer. You're Al Bundy. Reliving his glory to I have 4 touchdown knockouts in Poke High. The Detroit hubris is only second to pure Caucasian white hubris. They're like neck and neck. Dub is
True.
like, I haven't ran or timed my running a sub 5 minute 40 and ever. And he just believes he could just kill a world-class athlete, which that's the laughable one. And then actually, like, okay, maybe Offset.
Cool, that nigga can
Maybe.
run fast. So the fuck what?
But
Cool.
that's
I
not
tell you, I
all
hit him
he
once. I
can do.
guarantee he'd be running fast.
That's not all he can do. The discounting of okay.
He can run fast. He can catch a ball. Cool. He can catch his hands and then he can run away. Cool. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Look,
Yes, E-Ray.
This is a thing.
He's talking crazy.
What did I can't remember where I grabbed this information. Oh, there we go. The Pivot podcast had Andrew Schultz on there the other day, and it was a perfect example of Dub. It's like, guys that are mildly athletic, putting it lightly, that we'll get out there and we like, yeah, we can be great, and we could be in the league if we wanted to, until you actually like do anything against an athlete in any capacity. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I have no chance against this.
I ain't saying I could cover that nigga like one-on-one in single
no.
coverage.
Anything except for maybe like mental dexterity. Maybe you can rap better than him. But when it comes to just physical things, they have such a different capacity for like how they exist, like where his heart beats at 49 beats per minute because he's just that calm and in that
Being
great
an
of
athlete
shape.
ain't got shit to do with how your jaw feel after you get punched in the face.
You have to land the punch.
Yes.
I
And
ain't
it has
never
to
had a
be
problem.
effective.
I ain't never had a problem landing a punch.
All right.
I ain't never had a problem landing a punch.
This has been talking Dub out of his
I ain't
insanity.
never had a problem landing a
Tune in
punch.
next week. You know what? We need pros versus Joes for fighting.
Oh, what a
this
show.
nigga Dub, we could just throw Doug in, like
I bet you
American-
Roy Jones Jr. was embarrassing people on Pro
Yes.
versus Joes.
So we like
Those
we
dudes
need
thought they
pros
was-
versus Joes fighting edition or American Niggelators, and then just have Dub.
American Niggelators is hilarious. And again, I'm not saying I could like fight Roy Jones. You're talking about a wide receiver, not even the toughest nigga on a football field. I ain't sitting here telling you I could fight prime Lawrence Taylor coked out of his mind. I'm talking about a wide receiver.
Okay, now you've done this, and I want to talk about wrestling, but you keep putting me here. You keep calling me.
That's why I'm quiet, because I know E-Ray feels how I feel about what point Dub is arguing. That's why I'm just like, I'm gonna just shut up.
But I then go to BA as the standard, because BA actually played like college ball, and at a school that's not like known for their shooting their recruits to NFL, but I guarantee all of those dudes, like he just knows what like the level of athleticism that is on display. That is merely all I'm saying. So with that said, just the things that you're doing with your body typically translate. This isn't like, again, we've seen 50 Cent, one of the scariest, biggest muscle-bound people, throw a baseball.
True. And that shit looked terrible.
I didn't say that. 50. BA said that. But I just highlighted that. Again, there's a different level when you're an athlete, certain things translate really well. And it's like not even intentionally. You've been watching so much Solo Leveling. Dub thinks he is Jin Woo. Dub Woo is going crazy. He like, look, if I just keep training, then I'm gonna take Cardi B because them niggas bitches. Because I am in my own RPG. I figured it out. I got it. Okay, Dub. Well, thank you, Dub. I love more next week with more delusions of grandeur with Dub. We will get into other things that Dub thinks he can do better than like the sub 1% of the planet. It's gonna be fun. I love it. But back to the measure at hand, because Dub definitely thinks he can walk on and be better wrestler than Von Wagner, and I still don't know if that's possible. Look, he's still,
brother.
Even AEW won't let him wrestle. They threw a fucking security shirt on him so fast. They was like, dog, no.
So
fam,
hear me out.
Fam.
And
how many years did Von Wagner get in NXT? Like what, 4? Give me 4 years in NXT. I promise you, I would have an NA title run and I would be over. I promise you.
Listen.
I think they could even do the thing where they give me the title for a day and then the next nigga they're trying to get over shoots me to hell. But I promise you,
like never mind. Yeah.
The fuck out of here, Von Wagner. Fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. What are we even talking about? Can we talk about how Naomi gave the best promo of her career, telling niggas to proceed with caution, which is what I would tell the niggas if they decide to stand across from me and catch these hands. Naomi killing it. If they gave Emmys for wrestling, which they should, because
That
it is
was
a
insane.
television show, Naomi should get a fucking Emmy for best supporting actress because that shit was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And
You
she
Shit
should
went
even
be-
hard.
cried. She
you
even
should be
cried.
Naomi's wise woman. I mean, man, you know what I mean? Whatever. I'll because the Dub is cutting one of the best promos of his life as well at the same time. He was inspired by
Yes.
Naomi. So look, again, when they say like representation matters and they give those speeches when Naomi wins her Emmy, and she's like, I'm here to inspire the next generation of boys and girls to do whatever they want. It already worked, Naomi. Dub is right here cutting the craziest promo on STEFON Diggs right now. You did it. Proceed with caution. It's incredible. Thank you, Dub. Thank you, Naomi. I watched this and I was like, oh, this is giving me like all types of vibes where I don't know where this is going. It's like she's a lunatic, and I love it. Like Cape
Big fan.
Fear, a little bit of Cape Fear mixed with what's that movie that what's the name starred in Beyonce and Idris Elba with
No Good Deed. Is that the name of it?
I feel like
Talking about with the crazy lady,
yes. I feel like
Unfaithful or something.
it's
Obsessed,
yes, it's one of them.
or-
Whatever. Tyler Perry presents some bullshit. Yeah, it was that. Regardless,
We
I
gotta
feel
have a
like
Tyler
she's
Perry
giving these
discussion one day.
unhinged vibes, and it wasn't just like a straight up "I'm bad," but it's like I believe the crazy shit that I'm saying, very much like Dub. It's like she believes it so much that it's so good, and it's like, man, just let her cook. And again, it's what we do here. She's in it. She's an honorary member of Let Me Book Territory.
So I like when she debuted the caution tape gear, I was like,
You exploded. Oh,
is she paying homage to like Owen Hart or something? Like, what's going on? I didn't understand it at first.
mhm.
But with this promo, I was like, oh, I get it. Light bulb went off. And I was like, this is the best work of her career.
Law
I'm
and Order.
inspired. And
I
then
thought
you-
they was talking.
what did you think, you sicko?
I thought
Law
that
and Order SVU. He was like,
I thought it was like a body tape, like the
See?
body outline, like when somebody
Chalk
like is
outline?
dead. Yeah, the chalk outline.
SVU. Yeah.
BA killing niggas again.
I just proceed with caution.
In a court of law, we are meant like down. Yeah. it
These
was
are
all
their
that.
stories.
These are their stories. I
Law and Order at
enjoy-
WWE is just two detectives trying to chase down BA for murdering people.
Law and
It would
Order.
every episode
WWE.
starts and ends in the parking lot.
It definitely starts in the parking lot. Or backstage somewhere with somebody
Right.
laying in a pile of poles. Why is there so many poles in the back in WWE? Just we put up the whole scaffolding. We don't need these extra poles. Let's just put them right here when somebody gets launched
So many
into. It
scaffolding.
makes no sense. I love it. I think this is great. I'm excited for what she's doing, and I think this is what people are missing. And we will get to this really soon, but WWE is not about like wrestling. Wrestling is the vehicle in which they continue the stories that they're telling, but stories are at the forefront. So I think,
WWE is a show about a wrestling league.
yeah, it's almost like WMAC Masters.
Oh, classic.
Ah,
One of the greatest shows of all time.
because it wasn't the Kumite, but it was like a story about people in the Kumite. Like you were just watching them behind the scenes after they had their match or once their match was over and how they ranked and shit like that. That's what WWE is. So again, when people are just like, oh man, I love blah 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 blah, and they're the best wrestler in the planet. So what? If like no one gives a shit because when they come on TV, they go, aha! Get what do you want? I don't need that. I don't care if you just got married. Doesn't matter. You're not moving the needle, buddy. So
The
keep it
Machine
moving.
versus Red Dragon.
Right. It just doesn't make sense. So what I would love for them to do is continue with this character because I think this character is very possibly world wrestling championship material. So I think she gets the heavyweight. She get the heavyweight belt, or she can get the just the women's title. Either one, but it's because she's going to be able to tell great stories in this character. So I hope she stays this character for some time, at least 2 years. Give me 2 years of this, and like giving her motivations and like her stalking people and feeling like they slighted her in some way, because she has been here for plenty of time. She could
This
definitely
version of
do
Naomi is like definitely ready for a world title run.
this. Could be the Fiend Bray Wyatt version of Naomi of every time. Yeah, and that's her song. Again, see, it all comes full circle. She can be going against people who she fought beforehand and they beat her. Charlotte being one of them. You know what I mean? Like all these women that she helped usher into the company that got higher than her or beat her or went over her and got titles that she didn't. This is a great time for her to come back and be like, yeah, well, remember when you did this? And da 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 da. And then she start remembering playing back and then playing on, hey, guess what? WWE. The audience remembers. So if she mentions a match that she had back in 2017, then we can just go back and watch it.
Really? Because Vince didn't think we remembered anything. He thought we forgot everything.
You mean a guy in the back that we don't mention anymore, aka what Cody said. But yeah, that guy. Where's my egg?
But yeah, so like this version of Naomi can win a title easily. I think she'd be perfect to take that title off of Tiffany. If any of us actually believe that Tiffany was holding that title past Mania. But that being said, Naomi aside, after they kind of had their little thing on Friday Night SmackDown, Jade kind of had a moment with Charlotte Flair, and they kind of stared each other down a little bit. This match looks good in a stare down, but
what my girl
it's one of those things like it does not look good on paper. It does not look good. It won't look good in ring. Were they jumping the gun with this, even alluding to it? BA, let me ask you that question.
I'm gonna say no, because they've already teased this before with Charlotte and Jade in a little segment. Like when Jade first showed up, I feel like they teased this.
They did it in a backstage thing where like everybody's yelling at the GM type of thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like doing it on the entrance ramp is taking it a step further of saying, hey, this is closer than you think, when it shouldn't be. When it really shouldn't be.
No, but they gotta. I think this is what they feel that Charlotte can do, is carry Jade in a match. They must think that for them
can't carry Charlotte in a match. You know, let me chill.
In a match. What about on the mic? What have you seen from Charlotte eviscerating Tiffany that you think?
Yeah, Charlotte ain't carrying nobody.
Do better.
I agree. I'm just telling you what WWE thinks.
But carrying requires a wheelbarrow. Charlotte comes with a shovel, brother. Charlotte don't show up to carry nobody nowhere. No. Charlotte is every man left behind. Fuck out of here.
Saving no privates.
Right.
I'm out.
Fuck Matt Damon.
Where are they? They're all behind enemy lines. Everybody. Get the fuck out of there.
Right.
You see them mines? Nigga got mines. All right.
There's no mines out there, Charlotte. Well, I thought there was. So
I thought there were mines.
Fuck
That's
them
good
niggas.
Enough for me. Okay, you got it.
You got it. Nope.
But yeah, I would hate to see them attempt that. I think Charlotte and Bianca, that could be fun. That would be magical, because Bianca would not let Charlotte railroad her or take her over presence-wise. And they would go toe-for-toe both in athleticism and, and on the mic. And I'm like, and I think Bianca edges her out. So I think that's fun. But
edges her on what? Edges her on what?
In both.
Oh no, she laps her in the ring. Like laps her 4 or 5 times.
I mean,
she might edge her on the microphone, but in the ring, Bianca laps her.
But because again, I don't think that low of Charlotte. I think Charlotte's
and
a great
selling
worker.
and in like her whole offensive moveset.
I mean, I'm not talking about offensive moveset though.
No, I mean, but
it's not
in
about what you
selling as
like or
well,
dislike.
like making you feel like your opponent has a chance.
But to say that it would be like I would be discounting so many Charlotte matches that I enjoy, and I do enjoy most of Charlotte's matches.
Maybe
It's
I
when
just
she
don't
has the
enjoy
right
Charlotte
dance
Flair
partner.
matches. I don't know.
I dig them because a lot of times they're good when you're matched up with the right person telling the right story. Because oftentimes she doesn't really have an equal. They're either putting her with somebody that's way below her, and it's like, oh gosh, I don't need this because it doesn't work. I just watched a video today with her and Nia Jax just throwing hands in the ring. That shit's still funny. I love going back to that video because it's like this is what wrestling would look like if it wasn't a choreographed art. If niggas would just got in the ring like Dub and Stefan Diggs and just try to figure it out,
Start
that's what it looks like.
slapping each other.
Yeah, just like punch, and you just try to pick somebody up and they no sell you. Like that's what wrestling would look like because it's just people trying to figure each other out. They don't know the styles and how to go along with your body movements, all that shit. So that's what it would look like, and it's so funny because Nia Jax threw a smooth, the slowest George Foreman 2-piece that connected, and Charlotte just ate it. Oh, damn. And she's like, oh, and she choking her. I was like, this is some crazy shit.
I kill you. Rah!
Yeah, basically.
All right, but E-Ray, we gotta start talking about women's wrestling. I see BA fading a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
He's dying right now.
Let's bottle this up and just say, please, Naomi, go be great. So I hope they do the right thing and allow her to like just kind of be a puppet master. So that way it doesn't really matter if she wins or loses. I want her to just be an agent of chaos. Like a Bray Wyatt, but for the women. We haven't had that type of character in a while.
She's gonna go full Joker.
I mean, you don't have to, not the cartoony one. You can just be what she is right now, which is almost like a woman scorned, but just about particular things. So she could just be like, oh, you know what? I now have insight on everybody that's wronged me, and now I just want my get back. So she just start being behind the scenes, cutting these great promos,
popping
and
up
then
the mirrors,
shitting on people, and then maybe changing them to anyway, moving right along before we lose BA.
we might lose me too. I just heard the loudest thunder in the world.
Oh, that was Stefan Diggs walking to your door.
Knocking on your goddamn door.
Like, that didn't sound like thunder, lightning.
He be in for a long night. Pause.
13 seconds of conditioning. All right, Stefan, you got it. Damn, tired. Nigga. Anyway, Seth Rollins. Wait, do you want to talk about Seth Rollins or do we got something else to talk about? Because I kind of don't want to talk about that just yet. I'd prefer.
You want to talk about how I'm right and CM Punk's favor is getting inserted in title match?
No, you unmarried heathen.
I mean, because like we're gonna talk about that. I mean, we can talk about it when I'm in your house. And like
that sounds crazy. You Stefan Diggs now?
when I'm at E-Ray Mania and I'm holding Baby Riley for the first hand and I'm telling her how right I am all the time, and then I'm pointing to the screen showing her how right I am again. You know?
He really think he's Stefan Diggs. He gonna walk in my house, pick up my child, and tell her stuff.
Stefan Diggs gotta do anything. He ain't walking in here. And they're not trying to get shot today. He's not walking anywhere right now. He just blew out his fucking Achilles or knee or whatever the fuck.
I mean,
that's why he's stealing money from the Patriots now. Whoops. I said
kick that nigga in the knee. Like, have a blast, motherfucker.
I mean, you can be like Offset and send him illicit videos of your ex that he's now dating on Valentine's Day. That's the level of petty you
nah.
Thank you. Thank you. I knew something would calm down, bring Dub back to his senses. It's like,
that's
son's
bitch
getting
behavior.
low. Son's getting low, Detroit guy. He's like, all right.
That's bitch nigga behavior. No, I'll say you a bitch for that one.
There you go. There we go. We brought Dub back down. He's like,
because I know for 100% fact that Offset can't whoop my ass, so I'll call that nigga a bitch.
Hubris can be quelled by the mention of bitch assness. He's like, oh
yes,
all right, okay, we're back, we back.
I'm back.
So
STEFON, did you gotta go whoop that nigga ass?
You're there. We gonna jump. You jump to CM Punk, so we'll talk about that, and then we'll kind of move accordingly. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns came out in the exact opposite order in which I mentioned them, or close enough. You get their contract signing, and surprisingly, in one of like the most unprecedented moves ever, WWE had a contract signing that did not end in someone going through a table or getting slapped up. What were your thoughts?
I was surprised a little.
Okay.
Like I was like, oh, like I mean, because I expect Seth Rollins to go full hate. I mean, granted, Seth Rollins did go generational hate in this,
Verbal
but
hatred.
like I thought his hate was gonna lead to hands. Like I don't expect Roman Reigns to get his hands dirty unless he's really pissed, and he's not really pissed right now.
Oh, yeah, he's cocky as hell.
Yeah, and CM Punk is just kind of like, yeah, both you niggas suck, and I hate you. So, and to quote Roman Reigns, you're both in my way. But now they're not in his way because they are his path to his main event of WrestleMania, and probably his second main event of WrestleMania.
I have a different take on that. BA, do you feel the same?
I feel that there wasn't really a lot to be surprised about from the promo. I don't think we was gonna see violence out of these three like that after the last couple of weeks where we've seen violence out of these three. Oh, so they had to kind of play us on the opposites with the contract signing. I loved it. Anytime you get Roman Reigns running his mouth on this cocky shit, and then you got Punk in his extra heavy emotional moment and stuff. So and Paul Heyman pulling the strings of everything. Like it's fucking great. So yeah,
Seth Rollins just being the
Seth
number
Rollins
one
is
contender for the Kendrick Lamar Hater of the Year.
Right.
I loved it. But now let's get into the nuance here. Or we'll get into the nitty gritty. CM Punk and guys, I was wrong. It's okay. I can say it. I'm okay with being wrong here because there's some places where I was right, and I still might end up being right. But number one, I was wrong because this is going to be the main event of night one. That's rough. Sorry, Jay. Big Oos, because it's taking this all the way. And yeah, so we were notified that CM Punk is getting his WrestleMania closer. Dub.
I just want to say, I don't know if you remember E-Ray, but I said this should be a main event. So I mean, right.
Yes. And granted,
just wanted to point that
it
out.
should be, but it feels like, okay, well, again, we're going to talk about what does that do for your other title? And it seems like they were trying to, or they're not worried about avoiding what that might mean or how that might demote the other title, which they did last year, essentially because they had it come out first. And then, you know what I mean? Like,
I think that happens again, honestly.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. What it feels like now is more like a repetitive thing. Maybe that title is clearly now your secondary title. It goes here, etc., so forth. So I guess that's not a problem per se. It's just like I would prefer one night gets this title, one night gets the other title, or give it to one of the women because this match does not have any stakes as far as we know.
Yet.
Exactly. That's what I said. As far as we know.
But it's who it is.
Yes,
I think that's what matters. It's who it is. Because like you look at like, should your world title main event the night? Absolutely. But the issue they're having right now is kind of what's just kind of happening around it. Like last year, you had this title match, and granted there were stakes, but like there was nothing on the line as far as the title goes. But you look at the four people involved, that has the main event. and then you get the same issue this year. You look at the 3 people involved. What? That's a main event match
So,
anywhere in the world. That
you
main event's the
telling me-
Tokyo Dome. That main event's All In. That main event's whatever TNA Slammiversary. That main event's everything.
So
It
Seth
has to main event a
wised
Mania
up.
too.
He was like, you know what? I'm gonna drop this belt that I be defending 42 times in 10 weeks. And I'm just down to be the guy, one of the name guys, the one that you only gotta say the one name. I'm Seth. And you know, they took freaking away, so now he's just Seth. It's like, all right, I don't need this belt, even though he did his job. He tried to make it prestigious as he could. Now he's like, I don't need it, and I'm still gonna get main event. And he's like, I want this main event, but you don't deserve it. Talking to CM Punk. Meanwhile, the response from Roman Reigns is one guy's emotional blah 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 is another guy's biggest check or favorite check. So he's just happy to get paid, which is hilarious and funny. I guess I want to.
No. He said one guy's biggest emotion was another guy's favor, saying that this was just a favor that Paul did for you. And then because that's what prompted the CM Punk line was, this isn't the favor that I'm owed. And
yeah,
that's what the line was, E-Ray. That's very important.
We gotta run the tape back because I swear he said one guy's favorite check.
No, he said
the subtitle said that on Netflix. If you was watching Netflix or watching it with subtitles, the subtitle said check.
Yeah, I'll say because he mentioned this.
But Dub may be right though.
Favorite check, meaning like this is my favorite check because I get the most money. The main eventer gets the most money, and so again, we'll come back and we'll find out. We'll analyze. We'll send Wise Man on
TVs with subtitles,
and
folks.
if he's wrong, then guess what? Dub got to take that L and say, you know what, Stefan, you got it. And then we gotta move on. But
we gotta go drop this Stefan Diggs thing.
I can't. But if he's right, you know what? He's drawn first blood. I'll surrender like Rambo. I'll let him slice my throat, give me a throat smile, and then just take care of my family. And then I'll just be in the afterlife like, fuck you. Whatever we got to do to settle this right. But
don't worry, E-Ray. I'll take care of the fam. I got you.
I don't even like how you said that. No, I gotta kill you.
I got the fam.
I'm coming back like Thomas Jane and the Punisher. Just shoot you. Oh, no. Not Thomas Jane. I forget what was my guy, Ray Stevenson. He's got to shoot you in the face with a shotgun.
That's nigga crazy. From Hung? What?
Yeah, not Thomas Jane. Yeah. That was also filmed in Detroit. Detroit's a nasty place, guys. Moving right along.
I never watched that show.
You should. That's probably right up your alley.
First season was crazy.
It's fantastic.
It's a good show.
Moving right along from all this discussion to y'all want to talk about. Let's go with the Blood Brothers, because when I was wrong one place, I was right the next. I told y'all. I said it on here. It even influenced last week's cover art. Jimmy was going to die, and that is going to fuel Jay to win the title like Marlon and Kadeem Hardison and the Sixth Oos. We know what's going to happen. So when the ghost of Jimmy picks up Jay and they do like the combined Kamehameha frog splash on Gunther, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I just watched the last episode of the Cell Games today.
Jay and Jay all the way.
That's it. Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we said it last week. We were just, me and E-Ray were just kind of riffing, and they came up with the Six Oos, and we all thought that Jimmy was going to take an ass whooping. But to quote Switch and APOC and Matrix 1, not like this. Not like this.
But did he die though? Yes, he's dead. I got the obituary right here. It was crazy. Gunther attacks. First, him and Jimmy have a pretty good match, and then Jay, he's like, you know what? He does some things in the middle of the ring. Like, look, I'm not even gonna pin him. He hit him with the beat your ass 90. He's like, he pulled him up before he even got to the 7. He was like, all right, now I'm gonna just choke this motherfucker out. And he proceeded to choke his ass out. And then he's like, you know what? I'm not done. And then he
We're
just
not done.
keeps beating ass until ultimately Jay is like, look, I can't stand by and watch my brother get his ass whipped like this. So he comes out. Then you know what? Gunther hightails it. Good chicken shit heel stuff. And as he's trying to console his brother, Gunther's back. Like, where the fuck he come from? No one knows. He got into his I'm guessing he drives like what was he, Austrian, German, or some shit. He definitely drives like a BMW or Mercedes. And then he got in his Mercedes all sweating his briefs, and he's like, the leather's sticking to my ass. And he's like, you know what? I'm mad now. So he gets back out of his car, runs back through the tunnel. Hands, more hands, like Dante DiVincenzo did to the entire Detroit Pistons. It was crazy.
Whoa. First of all, Dante DiVincenzo started and lost that fight, as the whole state of Minnesota did. It's fuck them niggas forever. Shout to the homie Beef Stew. He got 2 games. Everybody else got 1 because it is Detroit versus everybody. But back to the graps. Gunther comes back and decides to give both Usos hands. And then, like only serial killers and people in the dominatrix, he had zip ties on him, which was
BA knows
nuts.
all about this. BA's back in.
Right. Be freaky A.
Be freaky zip ties. I was like, huh? Yeah.
Welcome to my sex room.
He's like, those are high quality zip ties.
They were
regular. I got a site for that.
Jay was pulling was pulling his ass off trying to get he was really trying to pull to break
he was really pulling. Oh, he was pulling so good.
He was really trying to break those zip ties.
BA knew Gunther had the zip ties because he tried to order the same ones and they were sold out.
Hey, we're not gonna talk about what's in my dresser drawer.
He saw the last person to order him was in London. He's like, Gunther?
What the? Like, sorry, we'll be back in stock in about 2 to 3 business days. He's like, son of a bitch. And then, yeah, those things, I don't know what they were made out of, adamantium or some shit, but Jay could not break this. Gunther picks up the title and just gives Jimmy the craziest facial, which made BA even more mad. BA was furious because he paintbrushed him like BA's always wanted to do. And then he's like, Crimson Mask. And then he's still beating his ass. Gunther says, you know what? It's not good enough. I just watched this American classic, this horror movie called Carrie. I'd love to cosplay that right now in the ring. And he just bathes in this motherfucker's blood. And he's like, I'm the honorary Us now. I'm the honorary O negative. I'm so happy with myself. And meanwhile, Jay is just sitting there outstretched, trying to grab his brother like the Sistine Chapel. It was nuts.
Just hooked up with some vibranium fucking zip ties.
It was either vibranium zip ties. Between the hepatitis B all up in the ring, it was so many things on it, like bloodborne pathogen bowl 3.0. I was like, this is exactly what I thought was going to happen. But now that Jimmy's dead and the ghost of Jimmy is going to possess Jay's body, they are definitely becoming the ultimate Us, and they're going to win the belt at Mania.
As one person.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Jay doing the fusion dance to beat Gunther.
No, he's dead. So his body, his ghost is just going to inhabit him like the movie Ghost, like when Patrick Swayze jumped inside Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, you got to remember, weren't Goku and Vegeta technically dead when they fused to be Vegito? Yeah, because Goku came back for the day for the tournament, and Vegeta had sacrificed himself. So yeah, it works. See, hashtag everything is Dragon Ball Z.
I was thinking more Rocky 4. I was thinking whoever's booking this in the back loves some Rocky, because this is straight up.
Ring the bell.
Apollo dying. This is supposed to be an exhibition.
He's a nigga fighter.
I was gonna say Gunther definitely looked at Gunther and said, "He's a nigga fighter, Goon."
Kill him. Lynch him like we used to.
Whoa, BA took it too far.
Gunther got a power bomb level of 3,000 psi. Like, why is he just power bombing stuff so powerfully? Yeah, he definitely has chopping power. It's crazy.
Jimmy,
So,
what's the power bomb level at? It's over 5,000.
just
Man.
Scouter explode. The yeet glass
The
explodes.
yeet glasses.
And then there goes the neighborhood.
Wait, is Jimmy Napa?
So never mind. I'm not even doing this with you today. Guys, did
Is
this
Jimmy Napa and Mr. Piccolo?
Did this make? I'm not even entertaining it. Did this make this feud better or worse in your eyes? The inclusion of Jimmy.
Way better.
Execution of
Way
Jimmy?
better.
Okay.
1,000% better.
Way better, because the crisis of confidence thing. I mean, they've played that card
Now
before.
we got stakes now that's bigger than the title.
And the crisis of confidence is not eliminated. You can still doubt yourself, but now you got to come through because your brother, your friend, your confidant is dead.
Yeah.
So because he's dead, now you have no choice but to overcome. It's just like Rocky IV.
Yes.
BA's right. Good job.
Exactly.
No, it's just like Fast and Furious. He has to do it for family, and he realizes that even though he has this
He's
crisis
at the
of
funeral.
confidence, nothing is more powerful
Then
than
family.
family.
You're right. Family. Well,
Gunther and the power of the Soviet Union, family.
you know what might be more powerful than family.
Cody Rhodes Pyros.
Or John Cena's shovel. We'll find out at WrestleMania 41. But John Cena and Cody 3. What were your thoughts?
To quote the great American poet Roscoe Dash, they went all the way turned up.
Man.
Cody called him. I mean, John called him essentially, "You're my driver who politicked your way to the top, and you're not even being yourself. These
You're not
suits is
even
fake
real.
as fuck." And then
Shoes is whack. Your hair is whack. Your music is whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck. Thanks, John.
Cody said, "Hey, you're still my hero, but you're a piece of shit. But I also want to remind you that even though I'm at the top right now, you can say whatever how I got there. No one ever chanted to me, 'You can't wrestle.'"
Ooh, that one burned him.
I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, like the clap. BA's back, guys.
Please though. BA's gone.
But no, I love this promo from both parties.
From all.
I still think John Cena is like acting a little too much like a comic book superhero from the 60s. I mean, supervillain from the 60s.
You don't like John Cena's URL battle rap mannerisms? Like,
Nah,
he got a gun so long that he put the bullets and load them up and put them through you. You don't like that?
no.
John just tapping into the roots.
I do appreciate John acknowledging that, sometimes he does have the shovel. He's like, I don't bury superstars, I bury mediocrity. And
He said he is.
shout out to Wade
Barrett
Barrett for not saying a fucking word during that little segment right there.
What could he have said? What should he have said, Doug?
That hold on, I wasn't fucking mediocre, John. You just buried me.
Hey, wait. I got some bad news.
No. When John decided he wanted to bury the entire Nexus, Wade Barrett included, they were
Wade
over.
Buried. Huh?
I see what you did there.
What? Sorry.
They were over like Rover, and Wade Barrett. You're like, yo, that's a next level guy. But John was like, no, not doing it. And he buried Wade Barrett, and then injuries started to happen to that guy, and then next thing you know,
what I'll say, hindsight is always 20/20, but at that time, I don't think he was wrong. John watched a lot of wrestling, and he's bigged up the guys that he was like, oh, no, that guy got it. He got something. Wade had the best character out of the Nexus because them other people were just pretty
Just
awful.
guys.
Yeah, they were so generic. But as far as like his wrestling, the wasteland, all that stuff was not there.
But
It
there's no
was
telling like what a guy can do if you finally give him the ball.
That's true. I did just recently see Braun Breaker delay suplex two gentlemen. So you might
And
you're right there, but
and
at the
Wade
same
Barrett is
time,
like he's the guy that like John refused to give the ball to. That you can say like, oh, that was probably a mistake.
that might be a
A
little.
lot of other guys that they put across from John, you're like, all right, John didn't need to give the ball to them. But Wade Barrett, especially at that time, John probably should have gave him the ball.
Maybe, but I just don't think I'm not okay. Let's say maybe he could have passed the rock to him, but I'm not mad at him running it himself because Wade's character, excuse me, had a lot to be like. I remember the Nexus, and I was like, yeah, this is a bunch of jabrones.
Again,
And
like
again,
not giving
great.
the ball to Ryback is, that's a
Right.
wise decision.
I mean, you had a young Bray Wyatt there. You had a bunch of guys that end up being something, but at the time is what I'm speaking of. Specifically that time frame, you can never say, oh, he was going to become the next. Because maybe what this burying actually made him get in his bag and kind of dig deep and get more creative and gave him the career that he ended up having. So again, it's very hard to say if they would have gave him that rope if he would have just been Ryback or something else. So that's my only gripe about that. But regardless, neither here nor there. Cody lets him know right off the bat, like, John, I'm sick of your shit. And you're weak, you bury people, blah, blah, blah. John retorts, again, I am talent. I don't bury talent. I bury mediocrity. You're mediocre. You're just an amalgamation of every guy you grew up watching. You wear the suits. You got your hair like your daddy. You're just a was it dignified nepo baby, and I was like, oh, he's going crazy with a catchy song, and then again, I was like, that's fire. That's a hard line to come back from. And
Cody
then
came back.
he came back.
He said, they chose me. Who chose you, John?
Woo.
A guy who we don't even talk about anymore?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
I
said,
was
if
like,
anybody
yo.
was created, it was you. And I was like,
And then John hit him back again. He's like, yeah, I built empires with billionaires. All you've ever done is steal money from their kids. I was like, oh.
body blows. When I say these are haymakers, this is like
Tony
Fight
lifted
Night.
his face up from the plate of blow and it was like, Cody has stole money from me. I gave him the money.
They're just rubbing that cold pack on their face because both of these motherfuckers bludgeoned each other to death, and it was my favorite thing. How it ended though, don't know if I'm a big fan of that. John fakes the aggression. It wasn't that ruthless. It was just regular aggression. He then turns around, comes back to Cody, makes the swing, misses. Cody catches him and hits him with the crossroads. And then John was just laid out. That was it. What are your thoughts on how that exchange ended? BA, tell me now.
They have to sell it. They have to sell Cody as the stronger person winning that little interaction, and Cena pulling a heel move by acting like he was gonna leave, and then coming back, and then act like he was gonna leave again, and then trying to come back and then hit Cody. It just solidified the heel shit. That's all. He got laid out like a heel, like a swarmy heel.
But wouldn't it have? Okay, well, let me ask. Would it have been more effective if he would have swung, got caught in the crossroads, and then just fell down or wiggled his way out, and then just looked like kind of like cowardly a little bit, crawling back instead of just being flat out laid out, ball spot and all on the ground? that was a lot for me, and I was like, ugh. After such great tension, I would have rather they not actually executed a move.
I don't think they should be doing anything physical until WrestleMania. In all honesty, they shouldn't have any physical interaction. It should just be microphone battles like they've been having. And this one being the best of the trio so far.
This was a rap battle. These are online rap battles, and this is our third round, which is usually the deciding round. And
so if Dub was writing this, I wouldn't have done the crossroads, although I didn't mind it. I wouldn't have done that. I would have had them like legitimately just come to blows and then had the security pull apart, and then the security gets John and they're backing him back. And then Cody stands on the ropes and says, "Hey, John, I'm going to tell you like I told your boy Dwayne, go fuck yourself. I'll see you at Mania."
Love it.
That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done.
I would have loved that too.
So I want to pitch something to you guys because I've noticed some things. I think Cody might retain this belt, and there's one reason.
Okay.
Because they're having an after party. So hear me out.
Yeah,
hear me out. You're having an after party the Sunday night of Mania. You don't have an after party after a letdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when your team is in the NBA finals, if they lose the finals, you're not going to the after party. Yeah, you might
overthinking it, Dub.
You're gonna talk about it. You're gonna be like, man, my team lost. I'm like, I don't want to go to that party. I'm not happy right now.
Well, that's a fact. That happens every year at the Super Bowl. There's a team that does not show up. They're like, yeah, I'm cool. This is the biggest competition of our lives. I'm going home.
Yeah, I think there's an after party because they're in Las Vegas, the party central of the country.
Right, and I get that, and I totally get that. But I think that's another factor. They were like, we can do all these different things. Wale Mania is going to be on fucking Netflix. We're doing a roast and we're doing an after party. You don't do an after party if you let people down. Now, don't get me wrong. The letdown is probably the better story to tell going forward, but then you don't do an after party.
So,
but it's like, yeah, man, let's celebrate. We just put down your favorite WWE champion. You know what I'm saying? He just got his ass beat bloody by heel John Cena. Let's celebrate. DJ Fun Flex on the ones and two. No.
But wait. But the thing is, you're not accounting for your other theory, and you're not accounting for the J of it all. So you can go home happy with some
and
you can go home happy if night one CM Punk wins and then inserts himself, and then Cody might not retain.
Yeah, so this theory is all about, I don't think John Cena wins.
Okay.
Based on the fact that they're doing an after party. If they weren't doing an after party, I'm like, yeah, Cena's walking out with that belt. But the fact that they're doing an after party, I'm like, and again, also they're doing an after party. CM Punk don't drink.
I think we're putting too much weight into this after party.
Who sells a club night with a guy that don't drink? It's weird.
A lot of people. So just because he don't drink, other people can.
I don't think CM Punk's a club guy either.
Dub, I think you're overthinking this whole after party thing.
I might be.
He's very much in the weeds right now.
I might be. I ain't seen trees in a long time.
I think that in a world where where they care so much about what's happening around the event, I would agree with you, but I think about the Mania 2 years ago when how distraught everybody was willing to take it to the bank that Cody was going to beat Roman that first match, and that didn't happen.
But they weren't having an after party afterwards.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that shit.
I'm just saying.
And that's why I think that they're gonna have to separate the kayfabe from the actual gist of it all, which is,
you remember how deflated we were going to the after party after SummerSlam.
That's true.
When Jay didn't win.
And
I think we was just tired.
I mean, that too.
It was late as fuck.
And that's another thing to it. Even Mania Night 2 is going to be 4 hours. You can't have people tired and deflated and then say, yeah, come to the after party.
And do you remember what we felt like when Cody didn't finish the story.
Just
Deflated.
deflated.
like-
But I feel like people want to see
we were
John
like,
Cena win
oh my-
this. I feel like there's people that out here that want to see the
Yeah,
crazy, the chaos, that want to see
Oh,
John
for
Cena
sure.
win this title.
I'm one of them.
I agree.
I
I
want it.
agree. I like, and again, if they weren't throwing an after party, I'd be like, Cena's walking out with that belt. But the fact that they're throwing an after party,
Okay, so let's we're here now. Two things. One, Dub, you might be right, but I don't think he's gonna win it there. I think they're gonna send the people home happy, but he is gonna win it at Backlash. I think that's a good time. To
not
like,
no.
no. Oh, okay.
They've already
Same
been
thing with
advertising
Telephone.
Cody versus Randy Orton for the last time at Backlash.
Yeah, that can still happen without the title.
No, but you said he wins the title at Backlash.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that, yeah. Because I
Okay.
thought about that too. Like that was my
Subject to
original
change,
thought.
brother.
Right? No, yeah, I was gonna say car subject to change, 100%. My original thought was that
that's a fact.
John probably wins it at Backlash, but then they're starting to advertise Cody versus Randy versus John for the last time ever at Backlash in Randy's backyard.
So do they just have John big up Cody to kind of put him over? He beats John. John goes away for a little bit, finishes the movie and shit. He goes against Randy. John maybe interferes, and then that continues. It, and then he
Honestly,
takes it
I'm
over.
starting to think Punk might walk out with this belt
Oh, sign me up.
because Punk has been telling Cody, I'm going to stab you in the front.
WrestleMania, he's gonna win it.
Yes. Punk has been telling Cody
Everything's
for
hinted
months
towards it.
now. I'm
Everything
going to
hints
stab
towards
you
it.
in the front. Like, I'm not going to do it like Dwayne. Fuck John. I'm going to stab you in the front. I'm coming for that belt. And then Punk takes that belt off of Cody. You have the rematch at Backlash. John puts down Randy at Backlash. And then I don't know what's coming up down the pike, but CM Punk versus John one last time for that belt.
Oh yeah,
And then John takes that belt off of Punk. The get back of all get backs for the
That's the
Money
one.
in the Bank heard around the world. And John holds that belt through the summer. And then Cody takes it back from him. Like, if the rumor is true that they're doing a Ruthless Aggression specific pay-per-view in December, that's when Cody takes it back. And then, you know,
after John has his Hollywood
Yeah.
Cena run, that's when you would probably get some new music. You get some new something if you do.
that's kind of what I think is happening. I mean, you know, that's the way it should book out, honestly.
Okay. I mean, I'm here for it. With all the things that we've booked today, are you guys sold? Yes or no? On WrestleMania 41 in Vegas, is it going to live up to the exorbitant price? That has been billed to for Vegas.
Well, I don't
Yes or
think
no?
nothing can live up to that. Them
Yeah.
prices,
Oh no,
them
except
ticket
for
prices.
just a room full of strippers giving the most
I
egregious
was about to say
simultaneous
live
handles.
sex. That's the only way that those
Live
those tickets can be justified by the prices that they're giving away.
Getting neck in the nosebleeds while watching Drew versus Damian Priest is crazy, BA. Crazy.
Oh,
Hearing the
All
shing and
right.
then exploding is crazy.
All right. Oh,
for them ticket prices. And shout out to my cousin. One of my cousins will be in the building. He was telling my cousin Rio. He was like, I
Shout out
paid
to Rio.
1,100, 1,150 for the ticket, and he said he's going both nights.
I don't know.
So,
I looked at the tickets and it said your salary, and I was like, yeah, I'm out.
oh
it's,
yeah,
it's like the old job posts on Indeed. Like, how much salary? Huh? Can I get a
Salary.
yours here?
right.
All right, no. Well, the reason why I asked is because specifically I ran into this post and I wanted to run it by you guys. Like, it kind of breaks down everything we were talking about, so I will skim over the things so we can get there to exactly what it was. But there was just a lot of let's say conjecture about this particular WrestleMania, and they're saying that the person doesn't agree. They don't think it's going to live up to anything, and they kind of rolled up to here's why. So let me give you a quick just intro to this. The person says, I want to give them credit because, of course, people love their credit here. Was it like e-wrestling news or something like that, or some person, Kyle from e-wrestling news. I don't know. Whatever you say, brother. But he writes. Excuse me. Let me get my best reading voice because I suck. Something feels off about the build to WrestleMania 41, and I'm here to figure out why. Some moments have been good, sure, but when it comes to WWE's success in Las Vegas, good simply isn't enough. Because, like BA said, he wants live sex. Yeah. So let's just go down. He has 5 tenets to why it doesn't feel right. So we've already discussed those things, but I just want to see quickly. We just go over if we agree or disagree with these posts. Fair?
Fair.
All
Fair.
right. Let me rock this real quick. Starting off with our favorite bloodbath. Let's start with Jey Uso. He won Royal Rumble by last eliminating John Cena, earning his spot at WrestleMania to challenge Gunther. But despite the success, he's been sidelined from the main event by Cody Rhodes and John Cena, and the triple threat of Punk, Reigns, and Rollins. This diminishes not only the importance of World Heavyweight Championship, but also the prestige of winning the Royal Rumble. Some will argue this is justified. Jey Uso isn't a big of a name, and the build with Gunther hasn't been great. It's been pretty underwhelming. But WWE dropped the ball with this feud, and bringing Jimmy Uso in the mix hasn't done it any favors. What say you? Do you guys agree with this or you disagree? BA, give it to me.
Heavy disagreement.
Okay. Give me quick words why.
Jimmy has added so much more to this feud.
Mainly his blood.
Right, exactly.
Mainly
literally.
his blood, sweat, and tears, but mostly
Literally.
blood.
Mostly his blood.
Mostly
And I
blood.
don't know if this
AB,
article
AB.
was written before Monday Night Raw or not, or this post was made before Monday Night Raw
This
or
was
not.
4 days ago, so I think just before
Monday Night Raw. So
we need a
I wonder. I would be
Mr.
curious to
Kyle
hear
E.
his opinion after the bloodbath.
Yes.
But a heavy disagreement though, E-Ray.
Fair. Okay, so Dub, I'm gonna bring the next one to you because this is your favorite subject. 2
Bitches.
I don't think Charlotte Flair winning the women's Royal Rumble was wrong choice, but the feud with Tiffany Stratton has failed to catch fire. Tiffany was far more comfortable as a heel and is still finding her footing as a babyface. Facing Charlotte Flair, a natural heel, as one only highlighted her weaknesses on the microphone. Out of her comfort zone and lacking the experience to match Flair's presence, Tiffany often comes across as weak. They'll likely have a strong match at WrestleMania, but the build will be quickly forgotten. Your thoughts?
I'm gonna agree and disagree. I
Okay.
agree that Charlotte Flair winning the Rumble was the wrong decision, even though it was pretty much telegraphed out.
Well, they said it was the right. They agreed it was the right decision.
Okay, so I disagree. I disagree there.
Okay.
What we agree on is Tiffany is a natural heel, and she's only played heel her entire time in WWE.
Right.
So moving her to babyface in like the biggest spot in her entire career with someone who's known to just bury talent on the microphone if they can't measure up was an awful idea. Well.
Okay.
I'm in the middle about the match. The match could be good. The match could be bad. Y'all know how I feel about Charlotte Flair matches.
But the build is going to be forgotten.
Yeah, Miss Moonsaults and all.
Okay, so far we're maybe one for one with this.
Yeah.
Or 1 for 2. Let's say he's shooting 50% so far. Tiffy, live or die. You got to figure that shit out.
The choice is yours.
Choice is yours. Number 3. This will be for both of y'all. So I want quick responses here. Once I read this terribly, the triple threat between Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley but a women's world championship is just bizarre. Where do I even begin? Rhea Ripley reclaims her title from Liv Morgan after a long but solid rivalry, only to get distracted by Bianca Belair and lose it to Io Sky out of nowhere. It was completely out of character for Ripley, and WWE hasn't explained why. Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber, but the real story was Jade Cargill's return and Naomi revealing herself as the mystery attacker. So now we're left to trying to figure out why Ripley is obsessed over Belair, why Belair's story with Cargill and Naomi is on pause, and why Io Sky, the actual champion, is standing around demanding attention like a spoiled child. It all feels like a mess. Io Sky shouldn't be a part of this at all. WWE could have given Ripley a decisive WrestleMania showdown with Liv and Dominic's involvement for max drama, while Belair focused on Cargill and Naomi. Instead, the title feels like an afterthought, and that's why this match just isn't working. You say to that, Mr. Dubson Reed.
So I got a very interesting take on this. I think you guys might both be interested on this. Io Sky is in this very interesting place that Kurt Angle was in like 2000 and 2001. When you remember back in that time, The Rock and Stone Cold were at the highest of highs. They were like supernova sun, Super Saiyan 4 high. But it was very apparent that the best wrestler in the ring walking planet Earth was Kurt Angle, and he was starting to catch up on the mic as well. While Io is not catching up on the mic, I think she's the best women's wrestler walking planet Earth right now. And I'm not sure there's a close second. And they're taking this as an advantage, like, yo, we got one right here. Let's put them in between these two that we know are going to be the sale of our women's division for the next 5 to 10 years at bare minimum. So they're taking advantage of that. That being said, I don't mind this because, the push-offs are a perfect way to keep Io from trying to go on the mic with two microphone experts. But then when it comes to Mania, she can show off what she really does, and that's work. And I also think Io's going to walk out with this title, that being said, too, because you have this interesting opportunity when you got the two uber white supernovas that you don't need to put the belt on either one of them right now, but you can really establish somebody in Io as, yeah, that's a top star. So that's my take. So
BA,
the writer's wrong.
I feel like
you're wrong. Yeah.
You're wrong.
What Dub said, it kind of just, and I think this is going to be an overarching point I make with this poster, this article. I think he's just jumping the gun. There's things that haven't happened yet in this feud, and for him to say like it's so bizarre, I think it's just kind of just over jumping things. So that's to keep it short and sweet. I think he's just not being patient.
So
he's being
this is going to
a
get
heathen.
Or is it already there for you?
I mean, this match again, because it was done before Raw. This post, the match that they had with Bianca being the referee was great to me. Like that shit was awesome. Even though like people are probably like, why is Io involved in this yet? Dub made a very astute point that she's the worker in all of this, and she's gonna show out when we finally get to Mania. Yeah. So
and this is one of those cases where, I mean, Rhea's great character, work is pretty good. Bianca work her ass off, and she's good. And then it's Io who is supreme worker, but may not be able to carry the mic on it. So I think, again, I agree with y'all. I disagree. I would have hated to get more Liv and Ripley at WrestleMania. I feel like, get out of here. I'm over that. Plus,
yeah,
with Dominic,
gross.
No way. That's a huge misstep. Also, what's better than 2? 3. Yes. What's better than $2? $3. What's better than 200? 300. What's better than 2 heads? 3 heads. Give it all to me.
Live sex. No,
yeah.
just like
it's a lot of head. What we're talking
That
about,
is.
huh?
But if you ready to step up to the plate, you swinging for the fences, if you know what I'm saying. So that's all I'm saying. Ball 3. Give it to me. This is what happens when you just, again, I think you're right. I think they're a little bit premature to jumping the gun, but also I don't mind her being like that. I think that's intentionally set, that she's being almost like the petulant child, like, hey, you guys are underestimating me. And that is exactly what they're doing. And that's how they're working it in there, the angle, but it's happening authentically or organically more than just saying, all right, you guys got a triple threat. It's like, okay, they're actually trying to portray we're actively going against giving them a triple threat, but the consequences and the result of everything that keeps happening, it's only one conclusion, and I'm okay with how they're leading that. Okay, 2 more, and then we can get on round the corner. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins still has potential, but several factors have hurt it. Reigns took an extended break from Royal Rumble, forcing the story to stall until his return. The most compelling aspect is the dynamic between Punk, Reigns, and Paul Heyman, which should have been the main focus. Unfortunately, Seth Rollins feels like a third wheel dragging everything else down. Pause. Imagine if this had simply been Punk versus Reigns. That visual alone could have sold tickets, but for whatever reason, WWE decided Rollins had to be involved, just like last year with the Bloodline. The difference is, it made sense then. This time, it doesn't. Rollins is only here because of his history with Reigns and Punk, and with no further purpose. Everyone knows he's there to take the pin, so neither Punk nor Reigns has to look weak at WrestleMania. And while WWE is billing this as a main event, what's actually at stake? Does the winner get a future title shot? What is the point of this match? To that, you say what, Dub? Short and sweet it.
Yeah, wrong. Like, this match matters. Like, look at how it looks on the card. This match 100% matters. I don't give a fuck if there's stakes. I believe there's stakes. I believe CM Punk's favor is simply, hey, when I win this and I beat your golden boy, Paul, you're walking in with me to the main event of night 2 to get my title from John Anthony Felix
That's
Cena
crazy.
and
that
Cody
would be so great.
Anthony
Nuts.
Raheem the Rhodes the fifth.
Dub, that's such a good take that if and when it doesn't happen, I'm going to be upset and I'm going to blame you for my disappointment if that doesn't happen, because it's such a good take that I'm like, man, it's sometimes the fantasy booking is so good that you like, dog, if I don't get anything else and it's just a straight up Cody versus Cena fucking fight, I'm gonna be pissed. So I'm hoping that is true. BA, to that you say what?
I say in regards to this point that homie made, he in regards to the Seth comment, Seth is more belongs in this match than he did in last year's Mania, you would argue. So
Facts.
yeah,
He's the
I
glue.
have to disagree. He completely with this
Seth
dude.
is the glue. Seth completely hates CM Punk. He has ever since CM Punk has come. He's it's been something stuck in his craw the entire time, as well as Seth and Seth and Reigns just have history, and their history as every time Roman levels up, Seth is still right there leveling up in character, leveling up in titles, etc., so forth. So they are kind of like the Stone Cold and the Rock of this generation, essentially. They're just those two big fixed points that you can't get around, and there's great chemistry, except for in this case, well, technically, Reigns is like almost the Stone Cold, sorta. But
Does that make Dean Ambrose the Mick Foley of this generation?
yes, and
It's kind of disrespectful to Mick Foley.
unlike Stone Cold, American History Foley, you don't see it?
American History
There's
Foley.
something about the blacks.
Bang
bang.
Have a nice day, unless you're a nigger.
Holy shit, that's great. That's crazy. Sorry, Mick Foley, we love you, but that's so funny. Yeah, I agree. And then lastly, the last condition here, of course, And finally, we get to Cody Rhodes and John Cena. The reveal of Cena's partnership with The Rock was a truly epic moment, and I've enjoyed what Cena has done since then. But there are two major missteps in the feud leading up to WrestleMania. One obvious, and the other not so much. Remember what John Cena did to Rhodes at the Elimination Chamber? He brutally assaulted him. And how did Cody respond? He smiled all the way to the ring, got in Cena's face, and told him that the real Cena better show up at WrestleMania or he would lose. Cody brushed off the attack like it was nothing. This has been the worst aspect of his title reign. He gets beaten within an inch of his life, and by the next week, he's all smiles like it never happened. Imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Undertaker reacting that way. Would they let this beating slide? Hell no. The more obvious misstep is the absence of The Rock. Not even a satellite appearance. He set this whole thing in motion, yet he isn't around to emphasize how serious it is. Cena and Rhodes are doing what they can with the limited time left, but this story has always been about The Rock's resentment, and he hates Cody for interfering with his plans to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. Cena wanted a respectful send-off on his retirement tour, and that's admirable, but it pales in comparison to The Rock's desire to crush Cody Rhodes' spirit. So to conclude, much of the other rivalries in WrestleMania just lack focus, story elements, etc., so forth, where everything else is clearly laid out. This year, the builds have been unpredictable, and while fun, the road to WrestleMania takes unexpected turns. Uncertainty has made it much harder to sell those exorbitant price tickets. So, in closing, they're saying Cody Rhodes and John Cena have had their missteps, and mainly because number one, Cody hasn't been aggressive enough in his response. Number two, The Rock has been an absent father after fathering all this chaos. The Rock is the Anthony, the
Anthony Edwards of this entire thing. He gave him all the money and all the drive and just said, "Don't call me for shit."
Big facts.
So I just want to say, I want to tell this writer of this entire thing, hey, you broke. You questioning rich niggas out here doing rich nigga shit. It's fine if you broke. Just admit that you broke. Who expected The Rock to show up? Let's be real. Like, is there?
We're not going
exactly.
to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been before. I got a WrestleMania on belt. How about you?
Yeah,
You got a WrestleMania on your belt?
No, I don't.
No, me either.
So I'm the richest man on this pod. Goddamn right.
I mean, BA's not claiming broke. He's like, nah, I got it. I got it.
He said,
BA's slumming it with us.
I'm waiting
fiscally
for the one that
responsible.
BA slumming it with us. He could be there front row if he really wanted to.
BA rares Cuban links, real Cuban links, 18 karat gold, not Cuba, 10 karat gold, which is a lot more strong.
Fidel approved.
18 karat gold, which is more malleable and easier and softer to break.
They literally melt the metal and mold it with Cuban cigars. Like that. That's how Cuban links, BA's Cuban links are. But I think this guy's kind of missing the point of Cody's whole run. Cody is Superman. One of the things about Superman that drives his villains insane is that no matter what they do, you throw your best shot at him, he's at the Daily Bugle the next day writing about how you a bitch. Like, that is what Cody Rhodes does.
In the nicest way.
Yeah, you beat his ass and he shows up the next Monday talking about, whoa! And again, this is why I said, Cody, you need to start saying that. You come at the king, you best not miss. You need to start using that line because you showed up in these three-piece suits.
Y'all ain't missing, but y'all ain't putting me out.
Yeah, you're not taking down the king. Down with the king. It's not happening.
So with that said, we all do agree with Mr. Esports Wrestling News Kyle that that the Rock should be somewhere in this though. Now he doesn't have to show up every day. I would love to. Shit. But and again, he ain't got to come in with a new rapper remix to the Final Boss theme every week or some shit.
Yeah, but we understand he can't be there. He doing rich nigga shit.
But we just want some allusion to him and Cena because that
John should have said something by now.
Yes, and
that's my biggest
That's
problem.
essentially what we need, or shit, because he was just out. Cody, I want your soul. Okay, well, you didn't get his soul. You got John's soul.
You got
so tell us how you got John's, or tell us how he got your soul, or what this all means. But that's I guess that's the only thing. So we can agree there. But yes, I do agree. Cody is in his Superman
to sell
run.
your soul to the final boss because you hate Cody. That's some real hater shit.
Oh,
John
sure.
might be in the top 5 of the hater of the year ranking.
Yeah. Oh, that's coming up. We coming up
He
on
might be.
that.
He might
soon.
be 2, right behind Seth.
We coming up on like the primaries of hater of the year. We almost halfway through the year. We got
Somehow
we got
Drew is
discussed.
still in the top 5.
Oh, for sure. With that said, let's get out to we gotta mention some NXT going on.
Go down to check out Florida Man and the Florida Men.
Yeah, we gotta run through it because this was some things happened for sure, but we're not gonna spend a lot of time on it. I gotta
Who is
do it.
NXT for?
Huh?
You already know.
Who's NXT for?
The karate trained ninjas?
No.
No. You're right. It's the disorderly nurses.
No, I think you're missing it. BA, you might know. BA, who is NXT for?
The niggas.
The niggas.
Have
So
a nice day.
let me paint this picture for you guys. Let me paint this picture for you guys. First off, I want to give E-Ray his flowers. He did say that Stephanie McCord was going to relinquish that North American Women's title, and he was correct about that. So bravo there, my brother.
Thank you.
The first person involved in that ladder match that has been confirmed through her victory on NXT was one Kalani Jordan, the very first North American title holder for women.
Mm-hmm.
So one nigga in the main event of Stand and Deliver for the NXT men's title, which is probably, I'm going to go on a limb. This is the first ever triple threat match for a world title featuring 3 black men in WrestleMania weekend. We got 3 niggas. We got Trick Williams, Philly nigga. We got Javon Evans, young nigga. We got Obafemi, ruler nigga.
We're going to have Wise Man do a lot of... Have a nice
and last
day.
but not least, they listen to us because, God damn it, HBK is all of our listens in Aubrey, Texas when he flies back home, because he listens every single week. And he's like, we're putting a tombstone in the cucking immediately.
Thank God.
And the last of the niggas we will mention is one
back up.
Ricky Saints. Shout out to the people running the music who just said, hey, we're just going to take his AEW music, copy the chord progression fully, and then just hit some different notes. Because whatever they tried the first time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This time they were like, yeah, we're just going to hit one key over.
Yeah, let's do an interpolation of it. No, see, yours said, mine said, yes, completely different.
Completely
That's
different.
how they did Jay's music. It just added in an extra guitar riff.
And Ricky Saints is now your new North African American champion on NXT, and looks like he's going to defend that versus Ethan Page, because the AEW mid card is now champion fodder in NXT. E-Ray, did one thug tear roll down your eyes when you saw the cucking get their ass whooped by one Ricky Saints?
Yes and no.
Oh, I want to hear the no.
Yeah. For obvious reasons, yes. But I feel like they could have booked this a little better, but I understand why they didn't. So they're like, look, we only got 2 NXTs left. I think it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before so we got to build this feud fast for Stand and Deliver. And the cucking ain't getting it done. I would have preferred and loved if Ricky Saints got crowned there, but
okay,
because it just makes more sense. But I guess I would say because he should have not been able to finish this match. No way. I got a whole group of like hangry cucks in my squad. You've been sitting there letting your wife get plowed all day by all these BAs and dubs. And then y'all just gonna sit there and let your main man get pinned 1, 2, 3. You just watch your wife get pinned 1, 2, 3 all day. And then you gonna let the leader of your group get pinned too? There's no way y'all walking out with this title. I'm jumping in, we're interfering, they should have jumped them, which leads to the next 2 NXT.
I mean, I get it. Briggs and Jensen Construction and Nico was tired from plowing Sean Spears' wife all day.
The next 2 NXTs should have been Ricky Saints taking them out one by one and then saying, "Oh no, I'm getting this back," and then they have to do or a cage match or something, and that's where it should have went. But I get why they didn't. They're like, time is of the essence. We know y'all got some cucking to do, so fine. Ricky Saints takes this title and then is immediately bombasted by one Ethan Page. So
yeah, you want to hear something funny?
Easy.
What's that?
Everything E-Ray just said is what I said they should do last week. Like verbatim, I said
push
that
the button.
Ricky should lose this and he should spend the next 2 weeks taking out the cucking. And now E-Ray's regurgitating.
I said the same thing. I said that. I said that last week. I think I said it last week. And you just
said it. I said it. And now you're regurgitating my take. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dub216. I appreciate you so much. I really do.
I did watch y'all last week. I was in a fever dream as I was watching though. It was just, that was weird.
When you need him.
At Dub's door
in rehab. Trying to learn how to walk again.
Good point. Even then, I'd probably put my money.
One leg.
Page.
That's how I know you broke.
Ethan Page is where we get. Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints. My name, one Ethan Saints.
So are you picking your fellow light skinned?
Ask me how.
Are you picking your fellow light skinned or are you picking your namesake?
Neither. I'm choosing St. John. That's why it's a triple entendre. Don't even ask me how. I love St. John music. Ethan Page is not going to win. This is going to be his last duty. The kill of AEW. Dagger to the heart. Two lost ones. This is going to be the coronation for Ricky Saints. No Lexus King. And then Ethan Page goes up to that main roster in the sky.
Okay, not mad at that. Not mad at that at all.
Lemon squeezing. BA.
What squeeze? Come on, squeezing. What? Jada Parker? What?
I mean,
that thing was thanging.
She said,
"It's always
this belt going around my thin little waist." And that's
it. You heard that, and you were like, "Jey Uso, I understand."
Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the way social media is just wrapped around the things that we've had running jokes for over 2 years now. It's scary. Today I seen a reel with someone imitating Booker T and him sleeping on the couch after just doing all the yeah mans and all the craziness that he does, because Charmel's not gonna stand for that and he got to sleep on the couch. And I was like, so you watched the pot. Great.
The culture hope.
Facts.
Like at this point, no one that is in the Graps can tell me that they don't listen.
Watch crew. And then the second thing I seen was shout to O'Shea Jackson Jr. and his pod had Stephanie on, and they asked when Booker T is losing his mind, what is the name of this move that you're doing? The move. You know the move. The move. And we have a name. The name is known as the Devil's Kiss. And if the Devil Kiss
just
like
exploded.
that, BA is like the Devil's Advocate.
Yeah. Go get my milk carton.
insane. Guys, we are the culture. That we make the rules, we reverberate everything we say, it comes true. So you, us, let me book the territory, the bookies, the ladies and gentlemen that make this podcast what it is. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for talking with us, keeping the discourse going, because every time we say something, unless it's BA just murdering people at a alarming rate, which is very scary. Rest in peace, Gallagher, and so many
The
others.
Funker.
Yeah, I know, Val Kilmer. Except like the list is growing.
Damn, I literally did watch Batman Forever like 2 weeks ago. That's nuts.
I was Meat Sauce Mafia. Like BA has murdered so many people. It's scary, but again,
BA is Final Destination.
He is Final Destination BA lines. But we appreciate you guys. Great episode. Check us out next week. And we are on the road to WrestleMania. We are almost there. There 17 days until E-Ray Mania 2. More content,
oh, man,
more
crazy.
shenanigans.
That's right.
What y'all wearing to the party? We'll find out, because we might do some live streaming. We might do something. I don't know. We gotta figure out something to do that's gonna make this amusing, besides watching the graphs.
It's gonna be great. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is undisputed.
That's right.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the greatest WrestleMania you've ever seen. WrestleMania 41. It's all about the grabs. Nigga! Have a nice day.
And I think we're out of here.
And we're done.
And we're done. We are literally
Man,
the
that thunderstorm
Family Guy
sound crazy.
of wrestling podcast. That's our new thing.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, we need like who's Cleveland?
I think who would have to be
definitely
Cleveland.
Peter. Dub is Peter.
Why am I Peter? What?
I don't know. You're Peter. BA. You think BA's Peter?
I mean, none of y'all are like coveting my wife, so
Yeah, that's true. If BA's Peter,
damn.
I mean, that's coming
Sorry,
to Cleveland.
Lord.
BA is definitely Quagmire.
Yeah, you can shut it down.
Oh,
Wise, man.
All right.
Yeah, I've been told that before.
If BA is
That's
Quagmire,
a problem, sir.